This is your CCNA Part 2 practice round, 18 real exam-style questions. Here's the deal. You read each question, lock in your answer before the timer reveals it, then I break down the exam logic so it sticks under pressure. Keep score as you go. The difficulty climbs question by question, and the ones most people miss are waiting near the end. So stick around to the finish and prove you can hold your streak. Let's get into it. Question 1 of 18. A piece of software that can be used to crack a weak password is an example of what? Option A, exploit. Option B, vulnerability. Option C, attack. Option D, threat. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is Option A. Exam logic. An exploit is a tool used to take advantage of a vulnerability. The trap is confusing the tool with the weakness it targets. Question 2 of 18. Which of the following features limits the reach of a broadcast frame? Option A, HSRP. Option B, VLANs. Option C, subnetting. Option D, VRF. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is Option B. Why it works. VLANs segment a physical network into separate broadcast domains. The trap is subnetting, which affects Layer 3 forwarding, not broadcast domains. Question 3 of 18. You want to ensure that a switch port is disabled if it stops receiving BPDUs from its neighbor. Which command should you use to achieve this? Option A, spanning tree BPDU guard enable. Option B, spanning tree guard root. Option C, spanning tree guard loop. Option D, spanning tree BPDU filter enable. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is Option C. Key cue. The correct answer proves that LoopGuard disables a port upon BPDU loss to prevent Layer 2 loops. The distractor cue is recognizing that BPDU filter prevents BPDUs from being sent, not received. Quick gut check. You are a quarter of the way in. How is your score holding up? Keep it rolling. Question 4 of 18. Which layer of the SDN architecture contains the fabric? Option A, application. Option B, infrastructure. Option C, control. Option D, access. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is Option B. Behind the answer proves the infrastructure layer is responsible for the physical and logical network fabric. The distractors describe other SDN layers like application or control. Question 5 of 18. A router, a WLC, and several LWAPs are connected to SESDWI1. ROAS is used for routing between subnets. FlexConnect is enabled for some WLANs. Which of the following ports on SDWI1 should be trunk ports? Option A, the ports connected to the router and WLC. Option B, the ports connected to the router, WLC, and APs. Option C, the ports connected to the WLC and APs. Option D, the ports connected to the router. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is Option B. Reasoning. The answer proves that ports to the router, WLC, and APs must be trunks to carry multiple VLANs. The distractors incorrectly omit at least one device that requires trunking. Question 6 of 18. You issue the following configurations. The command shown on screen. 4. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. Option D, 1. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is Option C. What the exam tests here. The answer proves that only one route with the best administrative distance is added. The distractors fail to account for the tie between the three routes with an AD of 1. Question 7 of 18. Which of the following statements about MAC address learning and aging is true? Option A. Dynamic entries are cleared from the MAC address table after 300 seconds of inactivity. Option B. Dynamic entries are cleared from the MAC address table 300 seconds after they are learned. Option C. Static entries are cleared from the MAC address table after 300 seconds of inactivity. Option D. Dynamic entries must be manually cleared from the MAC address table. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is Option A. Exam logic. The correct answer proves that dynamic MAC entries age based on inactivity, not absolute time. Static entries never age, eliminating other options. Question 8 of 18. What does a Cisco router use to name its RSA keys by default? Option A, FQDN. Option B, router model. Option C, hostname only. Option D, MAC address only. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is Option A. Why it works. The correct answer proves that RSA keys are named using the router's FQDN. The trap is confusing the hostname-only naming with the full FQDN standard. Halfway point. The questions step up in difficulty from here, so do not coast. This is where the exam separates people. Question 9 of 18. Which of the following provisioning and management tools is written in Go? Option A, Puppet. Option B, Terraform. Option C, Chef. Option D, Ansible. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is Option B, KeyQ. The correct answer proves knowledge of a popular ESC tools programming language. Puppet and Chef are Ruby-based, Ansible is Python-based, making them distinguishable distractors. Question 10 of 18. Examine the network below. You configure ACL 101 to prevent hosts in the IP range shown on screen and the IP range shown on screen from using HTTPS to access SRv1. You want to apply the ACL to a single interface to achieve this goal. Which interface should this ACL be applied to, and in which direction? Option A, outbound on R1G00. Option B, inbound on R1G00. Option C, inbound on R2G00. Option D, outbound on R2G00. Option D, outbound on R2G011. Option E, inbound on R2G011. Option F, outbound on R2G00. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is Option A. Behind the answer, applying the ACL outbound on R1's G0/0 interface filters traffic close to the source. The elimination queue is the rule that extended ACLs should be placed near the source. Question 11 of 18. Examine the diagram below. Which configuration on SW1G00 allows PC1, VLAN 10, and PH1, VLAN 20 to be in separate VLANs without configuring G00 in trunk mode? Option A, switchport access VLAN 10. Option B, switchport voice VLAN 20. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is Option A. Reasoning. The correct answer proves that a voice VLAN can be assigned to an access port to carry a second tagged VLAN. The distractor queue is knowing that a standard access port can only be assigned a single access VLAN. Question 12 of 18. You want to activate OSPF on R1's G04 and G02 interfaces with a single command. The IP address of G041 is the IP range shown on screen, and G02 is the IP range shown on screen. Which of the following commands should you use on R1? Option A, G041 IP, the IP range shown on screen. Option B, G0/2 IP, the IP range shown on screen. Option C, which of the following commands should you use on R1? Option D, network, the IP address shown on screen area 0. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is Option D. What the exam tests here? The answer proves the wildcard mask logic in an OSPF network command to match multiple subnets. The distractors use incorrect wildcard masks that fail to match both interface addresses. Question 13 of 18. You issue the switch port mode trunk command on an interface, but receive an error message. Which of the following is the reason for this output? Option A, command rejected. An interface whose trunk encapsulation is auto cannot be configured to trunk mode. Option B, which of the following is the reason for this output? Option C, the switch supports both ISL and 802.1 kite. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option C. Exam logic. The correct answer proves that a switch must manually configure trunk encapsulation when in auto mode and supports both ISL and 802.1 kite. The trap is assuming modern switches that don't support ISL don't require this configuration. 3/4 done. You are in the home stretch now, so tighten your focus for the hardest run. Question 14 of 18. In OAuth 2.0, which party grants authorization to the client? Option A, resource owner. Option B, auth server. Option C, grant server. Option D, resource server. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option A. Why it works. The correct answer identifies the OAuth 2.0 role representing the end user who has authority over the resource. The other options are server-side components and do not grant authorization. Question 15 of 18. Which of the following AP modes will tunnel user data traffic to a centralized controller? Option A, local. Option B, Flex Connect. Option C, SE Connect. Option D, cloud-based. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option A. PQ. The correct answer proves that local mode APs use CapWap to tunnel all data traffic to a controller. Other options like Flex Connect tunnel control, but switch data locally. Question 16 of 18. Examine the network below. R1, R2, and R3 do not have any static routes configured. What is the minimum number of static routes that must be configured to allow PC1 and PC3 to communicate? Option A, R1, R2, and R3 do not have any static routes configured. What is the minimum number of static routes that must be configured to allow PC1 and PC3 to communicate? Option B, 4. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option B. Behind the answer, the correct answer proves that each router needs a route to the destination network not directly connected. The distractor trap is counting routes to all intermediate networks instead of just the final destination networks. Final stretch. These last few are the ones most test takers get wrong, so make them count. Question 17 of 18. How can network automation help reduce operational expenses, OpEx? Option A. Generating device configurations requires fewer man-hours. Option B. Manual network design is not required. Option C. Virtualized devices reduce hardware requirements. Option D. Automation increases efficiency, requiring less network hardware. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Reasoning. The correct answer proves that automation reduces OpEx by minimizing man-hours for repetitive tasks like configuration changes. Other options confuse design or hardware effects. Question 18 of 18. You issue the following command on R1's G00 interface. IPv6, address the IPv6 address shown on screen, UAI64. The MAC address of G00 is 962.68a.8e27. What will be the IPv6 address of R1's G0x0 interface? Option A, the command shown on screen. Option B, the MAC address of G00 is 9622.68a.8e27. What will be the IPv6 address of R1's G0x0 interface? Option C, the IPv6 address shown on screen. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option C. What the exam tests here. The answer proves the correct EUI 64 process, which involves flipping the 7th bit of the MAC and inserting FFFE. The distractors incorrectly apply the bit flip step, a common trap.